Pay close attention. The news you're about to see is fulfilling Bible prophecy.
Welcome to YPN News, bringing you the news as it relates to Bible prophecy and foretold by Yeshua Hawkins. We're focusing our attention this week on a topic that affects every man, woman, and child, along with every other living organism on the face of the earth. What are we talking about? Global warming. But not just the rise of the Earth's temperature, but rather how the changing of the Earth's atmosphere is directly behind the severe weather patterns taking place all over the world right now. Sandy, the largest destructive hurricane ever recorded, slammed the northeast coast of the United States this past week and pushed all the way into Canada. This hurricane is being called a once-in-a-generation storm. This storm had the lowest low pressure ever recorded in the hemisphere. Now, with damage estimates hovering around $60 billion, people are once again asking what's happening to our world and our weather. As we reported previously, Yeshua Hawkins published an article in the June 2007 Prophetic Word magazine that clued scientists in on the fact that the Earth's atmosphere, the firmament, is changing. And if we don't do something about it, we will all witness its devastating effects. Since then, more proof is coming forth from scientists and climatologists that prove Yeshua Hawkins' information on the true cause of global warming to be 100% accurate. Paul Barrett, columnist for Businessweek, wrote an article that makes the case that global warming played a definitive role in Sandy's destructive force. The cover, titled, "It's Global Warming, Stupid," has caused quite a stir, but it didn't stop there. Editor Josh Trangle tweeted after the article was published, "Our cover story this week may generate controversy, but only among the stupid." Ironically, the article was written during Hurricane Sandy, when Josh Trangle called Paul Barrett, who was stuck in his Brooklyn home because of the storm, and said, "It's time to state the obvious." Barrett said, "We weren't anticipating this," referring to Sandy. "We were startled by Sandy and felt that it was time that we just needed to make a plain statement." Now, this article covers the broad spectrum of scientists that see the atmosphere is heating up. There is more moisture in the atmosphere, and the oceans are heating up, concluding storms in general are going to be more pronounced. The article is trying to draw attention to the fact that it's time to pay attention to this issue of global warming. The number of billion-dollar-plus storms in the past 15 years is double what it was the previous 15 years. But even with this, a recent Gallup poll did not rank climate change as important to voters. Barrett went on to say that if the Republican candidate Mitt Romney is elected president, climate change will continue not to be dealt with in this country because it is not on the Republican agenda or that of the political interests that support them. Barrett continued, at Mitt Romney's acceptance speech at the Republican convention, he belittled President Obama for even talking about the rising oceans and the health of the planet. Barrett said, "If you live in southern Manhattan, or if you live in my neighborhood," he explained, "the rising oceans came down our streets. This is not something that is just in people's imaginations. It's real." Barrett dismisses any idea that this is just another time in history where the planet is heating up. There are too many scientists, he said, backing up the idea with proof. Now, ABC News chief science correspondent Robert Bazell also reported this week that most scientists have no doubt of the overall cause. They agree we have a new normal. It's the background for all weather system has changed. Now, some politicians are even agreeing. Mayor Bloomberg said, "Anyone who says there is not a dramatic change in weather patterns, I think, is denying reality," unquote. Now, one climate expert had this to say, "Human beings don't make hurricanes, but long-term climate change as a result of human activities can certainly interact with hurricanes and in some cases make them worse. Now, Robert Brazell went on to report that many scientists say increasing carbon dioxide warms the air, but its major effect is on the oceans. It builds up and the memory of it is in the ocean. And so, the oceans are warmer than they used to be, not just at the surface, but below the surface. Hurricanes get their energy from warm oceans, making them potentially more devastating. Now, just as important, warmer oceans mean rising sea levels. The sea levels now are higher than they were just a few decades ago. That means that every storm has a greater chance of washing over the levees, just as Sandy did. Scientists say global warming, by changing weather patterns, also contributes to more intense droughts and wildfires as well. And they say it will take decades to reverse the effects of the global warming already in place, even if we started right now. So, the new normal is likely to get worse before it gets better. So now that scientists agree global warming is the cause of the extreme weather patterns, maybe next they'll find out what's truly causing global warming. If you would like to learn for yourself the true cause of global warming and what you can do to help stop it, call or write the House of Yahweh at the House of Yahweh, P.O. Box 2498, Abilene, Texas 79604. Or you can call us at 1-800-613-9494. For any calls outside the United States, please call the number on your screen and request your free copy of the June 2007 issue of the Prophetic Word magazine or the latest November issue of the Prophetic Word magazine. You can also request to be placed on our free monthly mailing of the House of Yahweh newsletter and Prophetic Word magazine. In these publications, you could learn for yourself what science is about to discover. Don't go anywhere. Up next, Yishra Hawkins explaining Bible prophecy and the true cause of global warming. From all of us here at YPN News, I'm Jeffrey Heimerman. Thanks for watching.